When you trust God fully, several things often happen both spiritually and emotionally. While everyone's journey is unique, people report different experiences when they fully surrender and trust in God. Trusting God fully is a journey that can transform your everyday life in incredible ways. It's about surrendering control and having faith that He's got a plan for you. When you fully trust God, you start to see the world through His eyes, and it's a beautiful perspective. You begin to understand that He's not just a distant figure, but a loving Father who's always looking out for you. One of the biggest struggles people face when trying to trust God is dealing with doubts and fears. We've all been there, questioning God's plan, wondering if He's really got our best interests at heart. It's natural to have these feelings, but it's what we do with them that matters. When fears and doubts creep in, it's easy to get stuck in a cycle of worry and uncertainty. These doubts can be overwhelming, making it hard to take that next step of faith. It's like being stuck in a fog, unsure of which direction to go. But that's exactly when we need to lean into God, to seek Him out in prayer and scripture. By doing so, we can start to clear the fog and gain a better understanding of His plan. Another challenge is letting go of control. We like to think we're in charge, that we can handle everything on our own, but the truth is we're not always in control. Life can throw us curveballs, and suddenly we're faced with uncertainty. That's when we need to trust that God is working everything out for our good. It's a daily choice to trust Him, to believe that He's got a plan to prosper us, not to harm us. And it's not always easy. There will be times when the road ahead seems uncertain, when it feels like God is silent. But that's when we need to remember His faithfulness in the past and trust that He's still working. The story of Abraham is a great example of trusting God fully. God asked him to leave his home and family, promising to make him the father of a great nation. Abraham could have easily said no, but instead, he chose to trust God. He packed up his bags and set out on a journey, not knowing exactly where he was going. As Abraham journeyed, he faced many challenges, but he continued to trust God. And when God finally gave him a son, Isaac, Abraham's trust was rewarded. He saw firsthand the faithfulness of God and the blessings that came from trusting Him. A pivotal moment in Abraham's story came when God asked him to sacrifice Isaac. It seemed like a crazy request, but Abraham chose to trust God even when it didn't make sense. And in that moment of obedience, God provided a ram to sacrifice instead, showing Abraham that He was willing to provide for him even in the toughest of times. The story of Abraham teaches us that trusting God fully can lead to incredible breakthroughs. When we choose to trust Him, even when it's hard, we open ourselves up to His blessings and guidance, and that's a game changer. So, trusting God fully changes everything. It brings peace, hope, and a sense of purpose to our lives. If you've had a similar experience, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe for more inspirational content, and I'll catch you in the next video.